Okay, yeah, so no sound. Alright, so let's start over from the beginning. I am concentrating on commissions over the next couple of weeks. My goal is to get as many tops done as I possibly can. Then I'll get them all pinned, quilted, and bound. Hey, stop. The reason why I want to get as many done as possible is I have a whole bunch of conventions coming up. I have, yay, fantastic, thanks guys. I have C2E2 in April. I have Tidewater Comic-Con in May, Awesome Con in June, Too Many Games in June, Con Bravo in July, Gen Con in August. So I've got a super, super tough schedule in there. So I want to try to get all of these tops done. And then that way I'm not pushed for it, and then I can still have stock for conventions. So today, number one, there is actually the Final Fantasy quilt is before this one, but I'm still waiting to hear back from him to see what color he wants for sashing. And the way that I do my commissions is I do them in the order that I receive the deposits, but if I send a question to you, then, oh, yay! All right, let me see my little thing that pops up and see if it says that, that I got a hosting. Thanks, Sunny Amber. Sorry, this is like a new thing that I added on here that I can actually go through and do that for the follows and the hosting. I think I added hosting on there, so we'll see. Thank you very much. See, now I've lost my track. Oh, so I do them in the order, and if I send them a question, and if they and I'm waiting for them to respond back for an answer, then I skip them and go to the next one. Nope, it doesn't. All right, I'll have to check that. Maybe I didn't check the hosting one. I thought I did. I'll make sure I check that so it pops up for the next one. So I make sure that I'm constantly doing something. I'm not sitting back and waiting. Now, if I don't finish the GameCube quilt tonight, which I don't think I will, if he gets back to me tonight, well then tomorrow I'm working on the Final Fantasy quilt. So he'll go back into the rotation. So it's just a fair way of constantly working on stuff. So, GameCube quilt. Fantastic. I'm so excited for this one. I'm doing things I have never done before for this. I love it when people challenge me. So this is a quilt that I took a commission at MagFest, and he came up to me and he said, I really like the GameCube logo. It's my favorite system. It's my favorite logo. It's fantastic. Can you put that on a quilt? And I said, maybe. So I turned to Nicole, who is my fantastic designer, and I asked her if she could possibly design something. And so this is actually what Nicole drew out. So she drew the GameCube logo, and I tried to figure out what I could do with it. So I figured if I put it on point, and that's what this means in quilting, if I put it on point, then I can do rows this way and just add some triangles on there. So that was my plan. Now, because this is a logo, it is trademarked, I cannot bring and sell this to conventions. I cannot sell this pattern. I cannot do anything that would infringe upon the trademark holder. But I can make a one-time commission. So that's what I'm doing here. So I'm going to show you all the techniques, how I'm making this, what I'm doing, but don't expect me to bring this to any conventions, and don't expect me to offer the pattern for sale. So just a FYI. All right, so this is my plan. Then I sat down Friday and started doing math. Oh, math. It's a good thing I actually like math. And the first thing I did was actually put it out onto Photoshop. I took the quilt and I laid it out. This is exactly how I want it to be, minus the borders. If you look at the picture on my stream, that is the actual quilt, not the colors. The colors are not right. These, I have them over here, these are the colors that I'm using way over here. But it gives you an idea of how it's going to look. That's my mock-up that gives me an idea. So with this one, what I did is I figured out my final quilt. Yes, no copyright infringements. We like to honor those copyrights and those trademarks. So with this, I want to make it now this is not including the borders because this is going to be a larger quilt. I believe we're doing double? Yep, double. So it is 50 inches wide by 70 inches long. And then what I did was I centered it in a way so that I had more space on the bottom. I just think that looks a little bit nicer. And then because I wanted 70 inches by 50 inches, in Photoshop I did my actual scale to size. So this is 7 inches long by 5 inches wide. So all of my math is divisible by 10. Made it easy on me. So always, whenever you're doing math, try to make it easy on yourself. So that was my second step. My third step is to do all the actual math. So this area here is 27.5 inches wide by 31.25 inches tall. So I pulled this little section here and I blew it up a little bit and I started doing math. And I figured out all these little things and I'm looking at it going, how am I going to do this? How am I going to figure all this out? Because I'm not going to do it on point. I can't do it on point. Because I really can't put that together. And how am I going to do this? So then I did a lot of research and I looked at a book that was Fabulous Miters, which is a fantastic book. If you quilt and you want to learn how to miter, it's amazing. And I was trying to think how they mitered it, because that's how they attach together these corners. And I thought, well, maybe I can just attach corners together and corner them and do 3 sets of corners. So then a lot of the books said to use the freezer paper method, which I love. I've done a couple of things using freezer paper. Fantastic. So I went to the store, didn't have any freezer paper. Went to the next store, didn't have any freezer paper. I can't find any freezer paper anywhere. I have some on order. So I'm like, okay, well, you know what? I guess I'm not doing the GameCube quilt on Monday. So then I had, as I'm sitting there moping because I have no freezer paper, I'm looking at the design and it dawned on me. These are 6 equilateral triangles. That is 15 and 5/8, 15 and 5/8, 15 and... They're equilateral triangles. So why don't I just take each triangle? So if you take this triangle here, I can do that strip and that strip and that strip, and then find an equilateral triangle ruler, stick it on there, and cut it out. I was making it way too hard on myself. So then I was like, okay, well, I'll do that. So I researched equilateral triangle rulers. They don't have any that size anywhere. It's a very odd size. So I am making my own. I actually started making my own ruler earlier today, and I stopped myself because I said, this is something cool that you guys probably want to see. So first step, we're going to make an equilateral triangle ruler. Oh, I want to show you this later. That's my new Catan. I finished it. Okay, so equilateral triangle ruler. So this is super thick poster board. That's all I'm using. It's a nice thing that I can line up against. And what I did here is from here to here. So my equilateral triangle is 15 and 5/8 by 15 and 5/8 by 15 and 5/8. Okay, equilateral. So along the bottom, I measured 15 and 5/8, and I've got a little mark here. I then figured out what is the exact half of the 15 and 5/8. So that's right here. So here, right there, is my exact half of here. And in fact, I'm going to mark this here, just so you can see. I just had my pen. Oh, I put it over here. I was using it for something else on the computer. And here. So from here to here is 15 and 5/8. So my goal is to turn this into an equilateral. So I'm going to get my box cutters. So whenever you're cutting poster board, you can use box cutters. Or you can use an X-Acto knife. I personally like box cutters. So before I start doing all this, I want to make sure I have a smaller frame to work. It'll make it a little bit easier. And whenever you're using box cutters, in fact, I'm going to do this. I got my line. So whenever you're using an X-Acto knife or box cutters on us, you don't want to put it all the way through. Just do a light score and then do it again. And then keep going until you are all the way through. So you don't want to put too much pressure on it. There we go. And just like that. So this is the part. Oh no, lag, really? Man. Oh, I do see lag. Alright, let me look at my health. Settings. Yeah, I see the lag. Alright. I'm gonna fix it for you. Alright, we've got here. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, it's in warning. Why is that? My stream health is fine though. Where is... Well, in this case, I don't know if it's OBS. I haven't tried XSplit yet because I've only ever done OBS, although I may, with these problems today, I may try another one. That's really weird. I wonder... Oh, excuse me. Whew. All right, where is speed test? Let me just make sure it's not my internet. And for those of you watching this later on YouTube, I apologize. Oh, I got a little spike in there. Thank you. It is, for some reason, my allergies are in the wintertime. Go figure, right? Yeah, it's taking forever to run the speed test, too. That is so weird. I know, right? Now, the nice thing, as Amber found out, is that I do videotape all of this. So the videotape, oh yeah, my download's at 31. No, that's horrible. It's my internet. It's not OBS. It's my internet. I'm having issues with Rogers. So, yeah. I may have to have my husband call them. I do videotape these and I upload them to YouTube the next day. So, what may happen... Oh my gosh, my upload's at 9. Alright, let me text him really quickly. Internet sucks. Upload is at 9. Okay, maybe he can give them a call and yell at them. Maybe he can get it going. So, I upload these to YouTube the next day, and the ones that I upload are... my cat was just over there. I didn't even realize. I'm like looking in the video that I looked over. Thanks, Hestia. The videos that I upload to YouTube they don't have any of the lag. So it's a perfect video as it's being recorded from OBS, and it drops it straight into my computer. So if, when I finish this, if you want to see the making of of what I'm doing without any lag at all, pop into YouTube tomorrow and you can see it. So I'm going to keep going for... Oh my god. The cat was on my table. I totally didn't even get that. Oh, animals. And this is why I've got a hair roller with me at all times, because if she gets on any of my fabric, I constantly have to take it off because of allergies. So, yeah. And not my allergies, but, you know, if anyone else has allergies. So, okay. It looks like the stream is good. The internet is doing okay. So I'm going to keep going in hopes that it's good. Hopefully I don't have to cut the stream short because of internet issues. All right, so I have my base. That is my 15 and 5/8 base. Now what I want to do is figure out my equilateral triangle. So I'm doing it from the very corner. Yeah, I know, the cat, right? So I've got it from the corner, and 15 and 5/8 is right there. And making sure that I wrote it on there right, 15 and 5/8, yep. Because we know how I am, I mess things up. Hestia, don't you dare. She's deaf, that's the problem. Ah, I know, I love you too. You're pest. I know, I love you too. I know. And so 15 and 5/8 is right there. So we have to make sure I'm at the corner here. And I've got that there. Oh, stop texting me. Yes. Oh, so I actually, that's the biggest thing too, because you see how she is. So now, before I iron any fabric at all, I actually have to roll that to make sure all the fabric gets off. All of the hair and the dander and everything gets off. All right, so I've got that. Oh. All right, anyways. My husband's just trying to talk to me now. So we've got here. So there is one side. And 15 and 5/8 on this side should be, it's not. That's 15 and 2/8. Okay, what'd I do? 15 and 5/8 is here. 15, 2, 3, 4, 5/8 is there. So I may have to redo that line over there. No, because that's 16. Okay, is this 15? 5/8, yep, so that's 15 and 5/8 there. Okay, 15 and 5/8, again, math, right? Oh. I had to put that one in there. Yes, my stepdaughter did make it to the finals. So her robotics team, on Saturday I was talking about her robotics stuff, and they made it to the finals. They weren't in the top 8, but they got picked by another team that was in the top 8. So they were on the final 8 teams. And right before they're supposed to go on, they had a malfunction with the software and got replaced. So it's okay. It was her first one. It was a good learning experience. So next time she has another one, I'll probably pop it on my Quiltoni Facebook stream and actually talk about it. So at least they made it to the finals. So yay, even though they didn't place anything. Okay, so 15, so 5 divided by 8 is 6.25. So 15.625 divided by 2 is 7.81. Okay. 7. Oh. That's not the middle. That's my problem. The middle's not right. See, when something doesn't match, do the math again. All right, so 81 hundredths. All right, I need some math. So 81 hundredths would be 8 tenths, 2 fifths. So it'd be about 8/10. And this is 8, 10. I need to be at 8, so that's 64. 64 divided by 10 is 6.4. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.4. So in the middle is 6 and 7. There. And in the middle of 6 and 7, there. In the middle of 6 and 7. Whenever you are doing lines like this, always have 3 points that you can line up. All right, so here's my new middle. Oh, fantastic. Did he pop up on the thing? Yay, he did. So the follows are working. Okay, so I'm going to have to see if hosting works. So now I got to play with my hosting. So I know the new follows pop up. Yay. Thanks, Polar. All right, so I've got that. Okay, that one is not lining up. That one is not right, I don't think. My center point is not working. Nope, I put it in the wrong place. Should be there. Okay, so new center. That's not right. And this is while I'll use the other side to do my actual cutting. All right, that's my new center. Okay, so start this over again. 15 and 5/8. 15 and 5/8. And it's this one that's right. Okay, so I've got that. And I've got that. Now, it's so important that this is right, because if this isn't done perfectly, then my whole thing will be off. Oh, look at that. 15 and 5/8. That's it. So this right here is my equilateral triangle. So I just have to do 6 of those, and that's the inside of the GameCube logo. All right, so let's get this baby cut. And that's another reason why I always draw before I cut, because I make a lot of mistakes. All right. Score it. That's also why for these poster board, the thick poster board ones, I bought a 2-pack because I don't trust myself. That's also the reason why I like to buy it by the bolt. And I'm watching, my stream health seems to be going up and down. It looks like it's okay enough. Oh, there we go. It looks like it's okay enough to keep going for today. So I may start actually working on the quilt. All right, so I've got my template. So this will show you how big this design is going to be. Oops, lock that, there you go. There we go, I have a template. template for my GameCube quilt. And it is an equilateral triangle, so it doesn't make a difference which way I hold it. So, I've got my template. So, this is what I'm going to finally do. So, my next step is I'm going to do each of these. I'm going to do different layers, sew the different layers together, and then I'm going to take this and stick it on there and actually cut it out. So, let's do, okay, good. So it is laggy, but it's not as much. Fantastic. Thanks for letting me know. All right, I will have to use that one. Okay, so these are my fabrics that I picked. They are all Moda marbles. I am a sucker for Moda. Love the Moda marbles. Someone told me that they're possibly discontinuing them, and it hurt my heart. So I hope that's just a rumor and it's not true, because just the way that the marbles look are fantastic in Sprite quilts. So they're one of my favorites. So I've got these, and I'm gonna do those. All right, so I need, let's do an easy one first, just to make sure this works. So I need, here is gonna be 5, 2.5, and 6.5. So the bottom one, I need I'm gonna do this one right here first. So I need a 5-inch strip of the lights. Move all this over. I shouldn't need my calculator again, hopefully. Nope, need to iron that. I know, I love you too. Alright, it is down to my last one. I know I bought a replacement because you're in my way and you're always on my stuff. Oh, I think I know where it is. I know. I know. It is in my bag. Here it is. Because I do not know if, yeah, I know, you hear her. Because I do not know if the person that commissioned this is allergic to cats or not. So I never ever want to take the risk, because this fabric is going to be inside. Alright, stay over there. Don't come over here again. That's good enough. I just needed to get enough of the wrinkles out. There we go. Alright, so this is a brand new bolt. So first thing I'm going to do is cut off a good amount of it. About 3 inches of it. Just to make sure that it is squared up. Yeah, maybe 3.5 is what I need. Now, that is a big chunk of fabric. I'm not going to toss this. I'm going to actually take this and I'm going to put it into my scraps, my remnants. So if I ever need a remnant, I go into there, or on my Patreon. I actually have an option where I send fabric to people. Okay, so I've got that. Now, I said I need a 5-inch piece of this. And good. Looks like the stream health is fine. So I have 5 inches of that. Now, for this one, I also have the interior. So the interior is 6¼ inches. All right, that's going to be a small problem because this ruler only goes to 6 inches. So I'm going to old school it. Fold it over. There we go. Now I have to recut my end. Oops. No, I've got to re-iron this. So it looks like I've got a bit of a bunch right here. And I want to make sure my cuts are nice. There we go. All right. That should be good now. I call this the old school way because back before I bought fabric by the bolt, I would put it onto these small bolts here. So that's what all this fabric is, fabric that I probably bought before it was by the bolt, or it's the last 2 or 3 yards of a bolt. Okay, so I have to recut the end because I have to make sure it's a nice straight cut again. Now that I am going to throw away. All right, and I said 6¼ 6¼ Okay. I have my 5, I have my 6¼ Okay, now the interior is black. Now I don't think I need this fabric again until the borders, because the other 2 cuts are also 5 and 6¼ so I can use those as well. And yes, I did buy this entire bolt of these 3 bolts just for this quilt, but they're amazing purples, so I can use them for other things as well. And let me stick it over here. Stay. All right. I always want to remove fabric out of my way. Oh, God, don't you hate that? Whenever you switch devices on something and it messes you up. So we have figured out that my internet is also acting up. So there may be a little bit of lag through here. So you'll see some lag, but whenever I upload the video to YouTube tomorrow, you won't see the lag so much. In fact, you won't see it at all, I should say. Because this gets recorded straight into my computer. There we go. All right, and oh, I could have used the long one. That's okay. It is 2½. All right. Cut my end off. And 2½. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and just cut 2 strips. I'm going to cut all of the black that I need for the entire thing. So I'm going to cut 2 strips of the 2½, because I can always cut it down to 2-inch strips later. because the 2-inch strips are what I use in my pixel quilting. Okay, so 2-inch strip, 2.5. And I will also need a 5-inch black, because this right here. Okay, so let me do a 5-inch black so I have it. What I should do is just cut everything while I'm at it. That would be the... Oh, thank you very much. That would be the most efficient thing to do. I know I am not going to finish these 6 equilateral triangles tonight, but I'm going to see as much as I can get. All right, so this is the medium, and the medium is down here. Same thing. You know what? I'm going to put these over here. I don't need this anymore. All right, so there's my 5. There's my strips. That's my big one. That's my 5. Did I finish my juice? Yeah, I did. Oh, I've got water. Okay. I can toss this one, because if I'm going to fold them all over each time, I won't need it. Get that out of the way. Alright, so I need a 5 and a 6 1/4. So I need a 5 and 6 1/4. You know, part of me even thought maybe I should contract out and get a really nice equilateral ruler made that's the 15 5/8, just, you know, make it easier on myself. Then I thought, no, because that's going to cost me a couple $100, because then I'd have to, you know, buy it in bulk, because I know a company that does all the plastic cutting for those things, but I can't have them make me just one. And then I thought, no, then everyone else in the world doesn't need a 15 5/8 equilateral triangle ruler. And there's no way I would ever sell this pattern or make these for conventions. So, make my own ruler. All right. There. Oops. I didn't cut it hard enough. There we go. And I know I've done it 50 million times, but I'm double checking anyways. 5 and 6 1/4. So 5. And 6 1/4. There we go. Okay, next. Let's assemble an easy one first. Maybe I'll assemble all 4 easy ones, and then I'll do the 2 hard ones, just to make sure this works. So let's do the light one. I said we're going to do this one. So we're going to do the light, a black, and the light. So I need 15 5/8, so I'm going to iron this out first. As much as I love doing my pixel quilts, I like doing something different every now and then, and this is definitely different. All right, where did... It's hiding from me. Okay. Oops. There you go. I want to make sure what I'm doing is making sure... Oh, you know what I did? I forgot to count for seams. I have to recut those. Lovely. Okay. Well, these are all done. Because I forgot that all of my measurements are the finished measurements. I have to add seams on them. Lovely, huh? Yeah. Yeah, oops. All right, so I've got... Okay, that is a 5, so I need to make this 5 1/4? No, because I'm going to put that on there. Okay. Sorry, I'm just thinking. All right, I know this one's easy. This one is going to be 3 inches. And this one's going to be 6. You know, let's just make this one 7 inches. Because I'm going to have extra. That way I can cut it off. So then this one is going to be 5.5 inches. All right, so these I can use because these I have cut at 6 1/4, so I can cut it down to my 5.5. So at least I don't have to recut those. My husband's home. All right, so 5.5. The dogs are very happy when he comes home. All right, 5.5. And yes, this is seriously what I go through every single time I make a quilt. I mess up a lot. I know I've said it to you guys a couple of times already, but this is one of the reasons why I decided to start streaming. Is I had people coming to me and talking to me about, oh man, I really wish I could quilt, but I can't do it. It's hard. I mess things up, and yeah, we all mess things up. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's why the dogs are barking. They are super happy he's home. So I figure, you know what, if I show, and that's why whenever I upload these videos to YouTube, sometimes I'll chop off the very beginning when I kind of ramble a little bit and make sure the stream health is good. But for the most part, I do not edit these at all. Because I own my, what is that? All overness? Oh, there. So the guy that just joined us, the V Squared Gaming, this is his quilt. So What do you think of the colors, of the purples? I love them. All right, so let me recut these others. Now, worst case, if I can't use those fabrics I already cut wrong in the binding or anywhere else, then I will just pop them into my little bin down here. Hi, Marley. Do you want to come join us on the stream? No? Yes? All right. So I have this, the 5.5. I need the 7. 3, 4. Yeah, so I want to make sure that I show everyone my mess ups, you know, what I do, how I do it, because everyone can sew, everyone can quilt. I am not an artist at all, which is why I turned to Nicole in order to help me design this stuff. Okay, so, you know what, let me put this up here with her. All right, 7 inches. So, Vinny, you missed. I made a template. You know how I said that I figured it out that they were going to be equilateral triangles? Yeah. I started the stream off. So I'll upload this to YouTube tomorrow if you want to see me actually making the template. All right, there's that one. Hey, hon.
Yeah, it's laggy.
Yep.
I'll have to go with a couple things.
That's okay. Everyone knows that, see, it's up and down. See, look at the stream health right here. See, it's kind of up and down, up and down, up and down.
Oh.
All right, say hi to my husband, everyone.
That's him.
Oh, did you? Yeah, they can see you. Trust me. All right, there's that one. I'm gonna stick this one over here out of the way. Don't mess with the actual stream though, please. Because I am recording this and it's going up on YouTube tomorrow. So if his big head is blocking me from the back, of course you can look at this camera. And, oh, see, look, Mr. Quiltoni. I like that, Mr. Quiltoni. Did you see the chat, hon?
Yeah, hold on a second.
He's trying to make it better for you guys. And 7 inches, yes. And again, when I'm cutting, I always double check, triple check. Even if I'm cutting the same exact size, I still look at it again. Because I mess things up. And it's funny because I am one of the worst perfectionists when it comes to sewing and other things. Oh, Mike, I need to have you put on your dinosaur costume sometime in the next 2 days because I gotta take measurements because next week, or maybe this weekend, I haven't decided yet, I am making a cape. So you know those T-Rex costumes that blow up, and so he's gonna wear it to his daughter's ringette tournament in 2 weeks, or a week and a half. And so, whenever we do that, so I'm making him a cape to go on the back that has the team name on it. So I need you to put it on so that I can take your measurements, so I can go to the store and buy some fabric. That feels weird buying fabric. I'm not used to buying fabric from a fabric store. All right, and I'm doing 3 inches. Oh, I just realized here, I need the dark color, the dark purple. I also need 3 inches in that too. So let me grab that one and put that one back over here. Oh, I've got to look at the chat. Can you pop it back over for a sec? Thank you. Oh yeah. So if you guys ever want to know how to make a cape, it is super easy. Like super, super easy. I've done a couple of them. So if you want to learn how to do a cape when I do my next set of my Twitch schedule, I'll make sure that I put it in there for the topic if you want to see how I make them. And this is also, I'll put it over there. This is also why I started buying the fabric by the bolt, because I am notorious for cutting things wrong. Okay, black. Fantastic. So I'm just looking at my measurements. It's not my computer, is it?
It's possible.
Oh, so I may have to end my stream early.
No.
Well, so you can work on my computer. And that way tomorrow's stream is even better.
Well, did it lag at all in your parents' house?
Not that I know of.
Has it lagged?
No, it didn't.
Has it lagged? This is the first time it's really lagged or lags on Sunday?
It lags every now and then. Most of the time, whenever you and Jordan are doing stuff at the same time, I'll get a little bit of lag. Saturday was horrible.
Yeah.
Absolutely horrendous.
And you haven't changed your device, your laptop in a while, right? And
What do you mean?
Install new software.
Nope. Nope.
Yeah, I think it's it.
It's the internet? Okay. Alright, so this one I'm doing a 3. If I can get at least one triangle done tonight, I'll be happy. Alright, I've got that one. Alright, last but not least, this one I'm just doing a 7. Alright, can you pop to the chat for a quick moment? I just want to make sure if anyone has any questions. And, yeah, scroll over. I do like the shades of her. Fantastic. Yeah, no, I agree. This one right here, on the camera, it looks almost pink, but it's a very pastel lilac. So, here, let me show you, Vinny.
Yeah.
This is my pink. So next to a pink, you can see what I mean, how the purple kind of stands out. That's my new Kirby pink. Your dog wants you.
Did you do that one where you find the best Twitch server?
No, I didn't do that yet.
Yeah, maybe you have to start doing that.
Okay.
Although I don't remember.
Well, I don't know how to do that either.
Yeah, there's a way to ping. Yeah, we'll look at it afterwards.
Yeah, we can look it up. I will, what time is it? 6:31? Okay, so I think if I go to 7, so if I cut it in, I know this is a really short stream because I got really started late and I'm cutting it short early, but that way we can work on the computer tonight and we can do the pinging and making sure that everything is good, so tomorrow's stream is going to be even better. Thank you again. Thank you, Tango Tower Power. I appreciate that. Oh, apparently there's squirrels in our backyard. That's why she was screaming and yelling. Yeah, because I'm looking at the health and it's not good. Alright, so we're going to try to get this fixed tonight. So tomorrow I will work, so I'm going to schedule this again tomorrow. So GameCube again tomorrow, and I will really get into it. But I do want to at least make one to make sure I am doing this right. Okay, so I'm doing 7. And then I think everything is cut. Yeah, at least I realized my measurements were wrong before I started sewing. Sometimes I don't realize until after I'm almost done sewing. And I really start over. I remember one time I had, if you look at my site, the comic Hell's Ink, they commissioned me years and years ago, maybe 5 years ago, to make a quilt of their comic. So it's the one with the devil and the angel kind of together on there. And so I did the math wrong. They commissioned a double-sized quilt. I did the math wrong on it, and it turned out to be a queen-size width, but like an extra king length. And I'm like, you know what? It is completely my fault I did the math wrong, so you're getting a big quilt. Alright, so I need that one, and one of those. Alright, let's do this again. Iron. Hello, Marley. Are you back again? Hi. It does. It does. So my custom ruler, this is the finished size that I want the equilateral triangles. So this that's why my measurements on there were my finished sizes of the fabrics, not including seam allowances. So this is my finished size. So it does include the seam for the bottom and the top, but yeah. It was, oops, let me go this way. There we are, that's what I'm doing. Alright. Now, let's decide how big. Now I am going to get some waist. I don't like waist. Okay. Let's go there. But with the method that I'm doing, it can't be helped. And I actually think this is easier than doing it using the freezer paper method. Because the freezer paper method's a lot more tedious and a lot longer. This is more efficient, but it's more waste. Oh, you know, I didn't look for a while and see. Oh, okay. Nope, just still Polar King. I was like, oh, did anyone else subscribe? Alright, so I've got that. Alright, so now I'm going to use my favorite scissors. My lovely Famore scissors. These are seriously the best scissors I've ever had in my life. Okay. Now, whenever I sew strips, I don't pin. There's no point. Alright, I have not used this machine in a few weeks. So, this is my portable lightweight piecing machine. I actually have 8 of these. These are the ones whenever, so if you saw my Facebook, I'm doing oh, sorry, I put the fabric in front of the thing. I'm doing a class here in London on Wednesday for teenagers on how to sew a stitch sack. So, I actually bring these machines with me. So I've got 8 of them that I travel with and I bring. Alright, that's much better now. So, they are super inexpensive. So whenever one breaks, I just get another one. The only problem with it though is it doesn't, because it is an inexpensive one, it doesn't save your settings. I wait and use my more expensive machine for the quilting, the binding, for things like that. Alright. There is... I can tell I haven't been here. I was at my parents' for a bit because all my stuff is not in the right place. This is my travel case. It has all of my feet for all my machines, some threads, some needles, everything I could possibly need. And then normally when I teach classes or I travel, I just grab that. And I just pop things like my scissors and everything in there. Oh, a cinch. C-I-N-C-H. I do not have my sample with me. Those are the backpacks. That it's a piece of fabric with a piece of fabric, and whenever you pull the string to close it, the strings now become the thing you put your arms through, so that you can turn it into a backpack. It's a silly little. Yeah, I don't think I have my sample with me. It's a cool little thing, but the biggest thing is it teaches them how to sew straight stitches. You also have to use grommets. So I have a grommet maker that I bring, and they have a lot of fun, using the grommet maker, and we're gonna put that in there. I've got on my Facebook, I've got the picture of a cinch sack. I put it up yesterday because I've got like 2 more spaces still. As of yesterday, at least. All right. Now, here's where I have to do some more planning, because all of these seams, whenever I sew these equilateral triangles together, are all going to be at different angles. So I have to make sure that I iron them in opposite ways so that the seams kind of, the seams kind of line up. So this one I'm going to iron towards the middle. And I drew it right on there to remind myself I'm ironing it towards the middle. So that whenever I make these triangles on either side, that I iron them the other way. Alright. And unlike Saturday, I am using steam to iron out all these wrinkles. There we go. So, if you haven't figured it out yet, this is the first time that I have ever quilted something like this before. I have not made anything with layers of equilateral triangles. So I am learning a new skill, which is one of the reasons why I expect I'm making a lot of mistakes. Oh. Just like that one. I ironed it the wrong way. I ironed it towards the base. So I'm just going to flip my seam to go the other way. And now it's ironed towards the center. There we go. I've got my layers. Nice. All right, let's see if this works. Now I did add a bunch of extra here. Hee hee. Sorry. I am thrilled this works. Look at this. Okay. Alright, now it's the first time I've made a template of this material. So, can do skills. Let's see how this works. Ooh. Alright. Okay, for the next triangle, I need to turn it this way because I can't move this baby for going here, and I can't that's dangerous. You never want to rotary cut this way. So I've got to move myself in an awkward position to go that way. So I want to make sure it's pointed towards the camera for the second one. Oops. And I've got to make sure I don't cut my template. Oh, it looks like I'm hitting because, I ran over my template. There we go. I cut over my template a little bit. That's okay. All right, scraps. There's a big enough scraps. So they're going in the scrap bin. All right. Ta-da! Oh, that's awesome. I have a triangle. I have my nice equilateral triangle. So that, if I'm looking at the GameCube, is this piece right there with the light. I'm pretty happy. That works. So tomorrow, during the day, I'm going to do something to protect this so it doesn't happen again. So I'm either going to glue it or seal it. Oh, maybe some Mod Podge. Mod Podge would seal that baby up. Yeah, so I'm going to seal this, turn it into a nice template so that for the next one that I cut, it's not going to have any issues. So it's a good thing I'm actually stopping early so I can work on this. All right, and then the other thing I worked on today, if I got to it, was the applique. So if you look at the bottom of the quilt, underneath of the logo, it actually, I'm putting Nintendo GameCube in there. So how I'm doing this is I actually printed out the logo, so Nintendo GameCube. I will scan it into my scan and cut, work on the actual pattern inside the system so that I can then print it out through the scan and cut onto the fabric. So I'll actually cut the fabric directly from here. So the logo will be exactly what it's supposed to be. So I don't have to worry about that. If that doesn't work, then I will just do it all by hand. So I'm trying to do it the easy way. So in having the technical way, although it's really not a lot. I really should just blow this up and do it by hand. Alright. Yeah, the more I look at it, the more I may just do it by hand. Okay, so, doing that by hand. Yay! So I think that's all for tonight. I will stream tomorrow. We're going to work on my, my lag issues tonight. So hopefully tomorrow I won't have any issues at all. I have re-downloaded my software, so that's not a problem. It is... Oh, sorry, I'm just looking at the chat on up there. So tomorrow, hopefully I won't have those same issues I had today. So it'll be a nice, steady stream. I am going to pop this most recent video, so not the first mess up I did, but this one up on YouTube in the morning. So if you want to go back through and look at how I did the ruler, how I laid it out, whatever I did, you can watch it. So I will have it up first thing in the morning, and then I will be back tomorrow at 4:30 Eastern Time. And hopefully I will stream till 8 like I was planning on today. So Thanks for joining me, guys. I appreciate it. I love it. I'll see you guys later. Thank you again.